Hi, my name is Roma. Welcome or welcome back to Start Pages. Today we're going to be talking about And Don't Look Back by Rebecca Barrow. So this book was sent to me by Simon Teen. So thank you so much to Simon Teen for sending me a finished copy of this book. This book is a YA thriller following Harlow Ford, whose entire life has been spent running and hiding from a presence that only her mother knows, a presence Harlow isn't even sure is real. After her mother's death, Harlow finds herself delving into the truth of her family's past and what her mother was truly running from. Unfortunately, I didn't like this book. So I gave this book 3 stars, and I struggled through many aspects of the book, and I can't say I came out of the reading experience with many positive thoughts or many thoughts in general, because most of my issues with this book are all variations of the same thing. Like, every time something was wrong, it was the same reason, or they all fall under one or two headings, right? So mostly the book made very little logical sense, and the more I think about it, I don't even think 2 stars. I might bump it down to 1.5, but right now we're staying with 2. It didn't make a lot of sense. So for instance, the main character is a teenager, and she talks about her mother posting on social media and using her laptop when the mother was a teenager. Now, I did pass CXC math. I did pass math. Math is not my favorite subject, but I can do math. And I can Google when laptops were invented. The first laptop was released on the market in 1981. And Facebook was created in 2004. She posted about her mother posting on Facebook when she was a teenager. She didn't have all that. She did. There is no way this girl's mother had a laptop and Facebook when she was a teenager, based on Harlow's age and whenever the book is set. It didn't make any sense. Then another thing that didn't make sense logically. This one is kind of a spoiler, but the reason Harlow and her mother were on the run, the reason is so ridiculous. I have to laugh, not because it was funny, but because it was just so. It was so stupid. I'm going to put up a spoiler warning. So the reason Harlow's mother was on the run this whole time was because she owed this guy money for creating fake papers, like birth certificate, whatever. That's it. Like, she was convinced that this man was hunting her to the ends of the earth because he wanted some money. Mind you, this man forgot about her like 2 years after they ran away. But like, she was changing, like, Harlow had to change her name basically every minute, like every time they move, which is like it could be a couple of months, it could be a year. She's moving schools, she's changing names, all of that over some money. He wasn't even like a gang member or like anything. She just never paid him for the birth certificate. That's it. Anyway, next issue, it was just boring and it was very predictable. Most of the twists were either something you would guess from very early on, or something that had little to no impact on the story. Like, it's a twist, but it changes nothing. It has no impact on the characters' decisions and how they're going to move forward. So I didn't see a reason for all of that. It just wasn't good. The book was sapphic though, which I loved. However, I wasn't invested in the relationship Harlow got into. I didn't care whether or not the relationship survived. I didn't care. I'm reading them. They're going on dates, or they went on a date, and I'm like, okay, next, moving on. And this trend of things that I didn't care about, unfortunately, continued throughout the whole book. So Harlow could have died, honestly. She could have died on page, and it wouldn't have made a difference to me. I just didn't care. And I know I said the book was boring already, but this book is classified as a YA thriller. And it wasn't thrilling at all, because, as I said, the reason for them being on the run made no sense. Everything else, it just, like, the twists and the turns, not impactful. Some of them didn't even make any sense. So it wasn't very thrilling. The stakes weren't very high. They weren't believable either. And the overall atmosphere of the book felt extremely flat. So yeah, it might just be a 1.5. The only reason it's not a 1 star, I think, now that I'm lowering the ratings, because I did finish the book. So I'm not gonna give it a 1 star. yeah, as I said, I did receive a finished copy. I did receive this copy from Simon and Schuster. So thank you so much to Simon and Schuster. And I hope you're not taking me off the list for reviewing the book negatively, but I'm not going to lie. I'm really not going to lie. Anyway, regarding liking, commenting, and subscribing, do what you want. Bye.